Fest, Nerd and Prouders. It is 11:28 p.m. here in Perth, in sunny Australia, and I am enjoying a nice cup of Irish breakfast tea. Very Australian of me. I know I said in the written blog that I would be probably about half an hour away from posting this video, but we had a little bit of a setback as one of our dear friends came to drop by for a visit, which was lovely. So, hello to him. A shout out to our friend Jason. He's an awesome guy, by the way, and I have a question among the few that I got for my Q&A video from him, so you'll hear about that a little bit later. So, I hope we're all looking forward to our festive season. You can see in the background here, my Christmas tree is partially lit. I've got a couple of baubles that light up as well, but I haven't got them on at the moment. It's just nice for the ambience, I thought, and I thought it'd be really fitting, being December 1st, to have something festive in the background. So we've got my mug of my Irish breakfast tea at 11:29 now at night time, because that's just me. I have breakfast tea before bed, so interesting dreams for me. Anyway, I decided a little while ago that we would do a question and answer video with you guys. So I asked on the page and I received a lot more than I was actually thinking I would get, which was quite nice for me actually. So we'll start straight away, shall we, and get right crack-a-lacking onto that. Now, asked by Tanner, or Tanner, I don't know how you say your name, I'm going to say Tanner, because I think that sounds right. You asked who my favourite DC character is. My favourite DC character would be Poison Ivy, I think, because her and I share the same first name, and I always liked her growing up as a kid. My favourite colour was red when I was younger. It's green now, but it was red back then, and I just loved those red curls that she had, and she was just her personality in total was just so awesome for me. Growing up, I just loved it and always wanted to end up looking like that. As you can see, black hair, nothing like it. So, failed there. Great. Thanks, Mum and Dad, for not being redheaded. So, anyway, thank you for that. We've got our admin, Sad C the Clown, has asked me 3 questions because there's a lot of things he wants to know. Well, first of all, when a man and a woman love each other very much, no, I'm kidding. He's asked normal questions, but I figured it was about time for him to learn that lesson, but we might save that for another video. He's asked me, what is my favourite fighting game? My favourite fighting game would have to be the Tekken series. I had one of them when I was very young, actually, and it was we had it on the old PlayStation. Oh, I just loved it. My dad and I used to sit down, and it was the one where when you started it up, there was this little game, this really old retro style game where you'd have these little flies buzzing around the screen. You'd have to shoot them all down while the game was loading on the other side, and it was just awesome. And I remember being very young playing this game, and it was always I think back then it was a case more of figuring out the combos was replaced with mash every single button and hope and dream that you might actually win. And I actually didn't do too bad, but that might have been partially because people might have been letting me win. I was only little. But yes, I would have to say I think it was Tekken 2 actually, specifically. So that would be the answer to that question, would be Tekken. Don't mind that one at all. I haven't played many others, to be honest, so I don't have a lot to compare it to, unless you're counting first person shooters, and if you're counting that, then I don't know, I'd have to say Doom. I loved that growing up as well. He's asked if I could only watch 3 movies for the rest of my life, what would they be? Now, my husband thought I should probably say the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but I figured I could watch all of them over and over again because they are really, really good movies. But I think my favourite ones to watch would probably be Hot Fuzz. I would watch Hot Fuzz over and over and over again and have many, many times. Awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's brilliantly funny. What else would I pick? Gee. I don't know actually. I think the nostalgic part of me as a child would probably say I would watch maybe a toss-up between The Little Mermaid and the new Princess and the Frog one, because they're kind of catchy. They got some good songs there, and I think what would keep me more happy for the rest of my life would be the soundtracks more than anything, because at least then I'd have something stuck in my head. And I think the other one, I don't know, actually. That's a tough one. 3 movies. Oh, gee. I know which one it definitely wouldn't be. Can't stand Groundhog Day. I would not be able to watch that one for the rest of my life. I'd say it would probably be maybe The Expendables. Even Expendables 2, actually. I could probably watch that one for the rest of my life. So, there's that. And he's also asked, as his last question, is my favourite Marvel character. Now, my favourite Marvel character would have to be Captain America. I've said it a couple of times on the page before. He is my absolute favourite hero. I think he is... a lot of people, even my partner and one of our friends as well, has often said that he's more Mary Sue. He's the typical hero that everyone loves. He does everything right, by the book sort of thing. But I don't know. I kind of like that in a hero. I'm more into villains, but as far as heroes go, I just think he's it. He is like the best of the best. He's just awesome in my books. And I think that would have to be my favourite Marvel character. Definitely. Now, Andrew has asked if I could pick any 3 weapons to take into the Necropolis, which is what Andrew and myself are very close. So he and I have discussed this quite a few times, where what we would pick as a title for what normally is called as a zombie apocalypse, but we refer to it as the Necropolis, as in necro meaning dead. So Necropolis. What are my 3 weapons to take into that? Okay. Well, I'm a heavy hitter in most games that I play where you have a heavy class. I prefer to be heavy melee weapons, so I would definitely be taking myself a big hammer like a sledgy or something. I think other than that, I would probably want a nice full auto machine gun to blow a couple of things down. And I think, can you class a tank as a weapon? With nice grinding gears to be able to run them all down? Because I don't think the missiles would do that much if you're trying to get headshots. But I think definitely mow them down with the tank. I think I would like that. So I'm going to say my 3rd weapon would be a tank. Okay. Danny has asked me, now that the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are out, what game from the last gen do I think was the best? That is a huge category to pick from, Danny, so thank you for that question. To be entirely honest, I'm not a fanboy, as in I will play most consoles and try most games out. Doesn't bother me what platform they come out on. But I have to say, I'm more leaning towards Xbox anyway. I don't own many PlayStation games. I've only got a PS2. I don't have my old PS1 anymore. And I don't have a PS3 yet. But I do have quite a few Xboxes stashed up. I've got some down in the shed that we've got saved up for when we've got a bigger place. But Xbox game-wise, I think out of the last gen, I don't know, see, it'd be too cliche to say I really like the COD series, but I'd have to say if I had to pick from that, I loved the storyline from Black Ops number 1, very much so. So I would say Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops from last gen with the Xbox 360 would be one of the top ones for me. Definitely, I think that was one of the best that I've played. But that being said, even though I haven't played it, I watched my partner play it a lot, and I have to say absolutely love BioShock. It is an outstanding premise for a game. The storyline, the graphics, the whole world itself and the concept of an underwater city, it's just amazing. And the soundtrack to go with it, oh my glob, it is fantastic. Seriously, one of the most amazing gaming experiences. So I think for me personally, having played Black Ops, I liked the storyline. I found the gameplay to be interesting, and we still, on our gameplay nights, we still get a lot of use out of the multiplayer maps, which is really good. So I think for game value, that was pretty alright. But I think for the pure basis of absolute gaming awesome, you would want BioShock. Absolutely BioShock. Definitely for the win. So that would be that one covered. Hopefully that has answered your question sufficiently, Danny. Now, I was asked by Matt, which fictional character would I want my kids growing up idolizing and why? For those of you who don't know, I have 2 geeklings. I am a mum and a nerd, so I hope that my nerdiness will make my kids grow up well. Now, as that, my kids end up idolizing things. My son, he likes to play with G.I. Joe and Batman, and my daughter is just into everything. So, but she likes Minecraft, so I'm not doing too bad there. But fictional character idolizing. I think again, I'd probably have to say, if I was going to have one like that, I would say Captain America again, just because he has got all those morals set out about he does help his fellow man. It's all about being the best kind of person that you can be, and I think that's an awesome characteristic of that for my kids to follow and look up to, sort of thing. So I think, yeah, I could see them idolizing someone like Captain America, especially my boy. I think Jack could do that. Very much so. Paige, I don't know. That's my daughter. I don't know who she could be idolizing. This is the way she goes. So, but yeah, if I had to choose, I think I'd say Captain America again there. So, and last but not least at all, which superhero would I choose to be a godparent to my children? And I don't want to have to say Captain America again, because I think it's just going to make me seem like I'm a totally Captain America crazy person when I'm really not. This was asked by Jason. Now, my children have godfathers. They have 2, in fact, because my partner and I couldn't decide between which one to choose, and we thought that they would both be absolutely perfect for the role, and I have to say they are superheroes in their own right. So I don't know whether I would be able to find a superhero that would be able to do the job better than they both have for my kids. So I think I might just have to answer that one with a soppy point. But seriously, if I had to pick a superhero, it'd be Captain America, 'cause he's pretty rap dog. Don't know if you heard that. But anyway, so those are my questions. Answered, hopefully, to the best of my ability, and hopefully that's given you guys what you wanted to hear. Sorry to be totally Captain America crazy, but I am going to sit back, have my Irish breakfast tea, which is divine, by the way, and go to bed and have really, really tripped out before bed tea dreams. Alright, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it's been entertaining for you. Sorry it's a little bit late and that's a little bit out of pep, but I poured a fair bit of that into all my Christmas decorating today. So hopefully we can figure out something I can talk to you guys about next week. I might have to go shopping and get some more things to unbox for you. Or watch something worth reviewing. So, make sure you hit that subscribe button, watch our YouTube channel, and check out all of our vids. And then you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Google+, and you can read our blog over at Blogger. So, definitely, stop on by if you haven't, check us out, like our page, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe here, because you totally couldn't get another channel. So much so that I actually just said totally wrong. So, yes, time for my brain to shut down now. Good night.